It was supposed to be just another royal dinner, polished, elegant, predictable. But the moment Queen Camilla and Duchess Sophie stepped into London's historic Guildhall, the night shifted into something far more layered than anyone expected. Because behind the velvet gowns, glittering jewelry, and centuries-old architecture, there was a message unfolding. One the palace didn't exactly hide. The Guildhall was glowing that night, filled with military leaders, decorated veterans, and members of the royal family attending the prestigious RIFLES Awards dinner. It's a tradition that stretches back decades, honouring one of Britain's most respected infantry regiments. But this year, the energy felt different, heavier, more symbolic, almost like everyone knew eyes around the world were paying attention. Queen Camilla, as Colonel-in-Chief of the Rifles, walked in with a confidence that instantly pulled the room toward her. She wore a deep red velvet gown that seemed almost sculpted to fit the moment, rich, bold, and unmistakably regal. But what really caught people off guard was the necklace, a diamond-encrusted serpent inherited from her grandmother. It's a rare heirloom with layered meaning, often tied to strength, rebirth, and protection. And the timing of wearing it? Fans online couldn't stop speculating. Right beside her, Duchess Sophie arrived in a midnight blue velvet gown, equally refined but with a quieter elegance. On her shoulder she wore the silver bugle horn, the symbolic brooch of the Rifles, signalling her continued loyalty as Royal Colonel of the 5th Battalion. The two women didn't just look coordinated, they looked united, maybe even deliberately aligned for what this night would become. Because beyond the glamour, this dinner holds weight. The Rifles Regiment traces its roots back more than 200 years, tied to some of Britain's most historic battles. Camilla's role isn't just ceremonial, it's a genuine connection to a deeply respected military tradition. For the regiment, this dinner is more than a banquet, it's recognition, it's remembrance. And it's a reminder of everything soldiers face long after the headlines fade. But the moment Queen Camilla stood to speak, the room shifted. Her tone was steady, thoughtful, and surprisingly direct. She honoured the soldiers' courage, acknowledged families who endure the unseen battles, and made a point that caught everyone off guard. She drew a powerful parallel, tracing the regiment's history back to the Crimean War, nearly 170 years ago, and connecting it to the war in Ukraine today. Without crossing any political lines, she spoke about the cost of tyranny, the need for strength, and the responsibility of standing with those fighting for freedom. It was one of the clearest, most emotionally charged statements she's made in years. People whispered, cameras clicked. The Queen had just turned a ceremonial dinner into something much bigger, a subtle but unmistakable message about modern conflict, unity, and moral responsibility. For many watching, this felt like a shift. The monarchy has spent the past decade balancing tradition with a world that keeps demanding more transparency, more relevance, more humanity. And this moment, two senior royal women standing together, dressed in symbolism, speaking with purpose, sent a message about where the royal family sees itself now. Online, reactions were instant. Fans praised Camilla's elegance, calling her red velvet gown one of her best looks in years. Sophie's outfit drew equal excitement, especially from long-time supporters who see her as a steady, underrated force within the family. But the speech sparked even more conversation. Some applauded her for speaking with conviction during a time of global uncertainty. Others questioned whether the monarchy was stepping too close to political territory. It wasn't controversy, but it was a reminder that every royal move carries weight. And that's what makes this night so fascinating. On the surface, it was just a lavish dinner, a royal appearance, beautiful gowns, proud military families, and an old hall filled with history. But beneath it all, something else was happening. A demonstration of unity, a quiet assertion of royal purpose, a signal that the modern monarchy isn't just waving from balconies and cutting ribbons, it's speaking, It's responding, and it's positioning itself in a changing world. Queen Camilla and Duchess Sophie didn't just attend a dinner, they delivered a message through presence, symbolism, and subtle power. And whether people support the monarchy or not, moments like this shape public perception, showing how tradition can merge with relevance, and how a simple evening inside the Guildhall can echo far beyond its stone walls. So the next time the royal family steps out for a routine engagement, it might be worth looking a little closer. Because if this night proved anything, it's that every appearance has a purpose. And every gesture, every speech, every carefully chosen detail might be part of a much bigger picture.